Okay, looks like we are live. Yo, 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 what is good, everybody? It is the godfather of VR, the ageless wonder, the man Lincoln Clay, coming back at you with a live stream. And today, talk about some, I guess, some images that surfaced up on the PS5. And Star Trek Bridge Crew coming to the Oculus Quest, which came out of nowhere. So, uh, you know, gosh, this back and forth stuff that's been going on with the PS5 and the Xbox all day. What is up? This stuff that's been going back and forth with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. The first couple of days I was listening to it, but after a while I became tone deaf to it and just wasn't really paying that much attention to it. And then I don't know. I saw on Twitter somewhere some images supposedly of what I think they might have been concept pictures or something like that of what the PS5 resembled, and I didn't think it looked all that good, to tell you the truth. So um, it definitely looked like some kind of kitchen appliance or kitchen device, and I was like, that thing just looks like you can open it up and put some burger patties in there and close it, and I just thought George Foreman grill. The thing looks like a George Foreman grill. All I can think about is those infomercials where he's talking about the grease slides right down the grill, right into the trap. That's when I first saw that George Foreman grill. The first time I seen him on one of those commercials, I said, "This has got to be one of the most blatantly messy machines that I've ever seen." Um, that's cool that you could cook the grease out of the meat or whatever the case may be, but that doesn't exactly looks all that good to watch it, run seep right out of the grill right into this trap on the bottom. That thing screams. That's one of them devices where 5 minutes after you get it, you're gonna look like you had it for 10 years because it's gonna be such a mess and covered with grease everywhere. But at the end of the day, to tell you the truth, fact of the matter is, it really don't matter what it looks like. Um, Now, the Xbox Series X, on the other hand, truth be told, I don't, I don't think it looks impressive, but I think it looks the part of the message that Microsoft is trying to send to its users. That I think to give them the feeling that they have their very own exclusive PC. I mean, I was thinking about that too, where a lot of the Xbox community was getting mad that Microsoft was putting a lot of focus on PC. So, and now they got the Xbox Series X, and being that it resembles a PC, now they all losing their minds. So to me, I would kind of compare that to the Ford Motor Company working heavily with Ferrari, so much to the point that the quality of their own vehicles has suffered because they put so much focus into working with Ferrari, and then customers started getting upset, threatening to go to Chevy, what have you, and then Ford comes out with a car that looks like a Ferrari. It's got the power and performance of a Ferrari, but at a Ford price, at $40,000. A car like that would get snatched up, left and right. For those who are this about my age, that remembers, Pontiac made a car called the Fiero, and it basically looked like a poor man's Ferrari, and I remember when Mazda made an RX-7 that looked a lot like a Porsche. So yeah, but Xbox Series X, I don't really got a problem with the way it looks. I don't think it's ugly, but it's not anything that will make me jump out of my seat. Now that PlayStation 5, on the other hand, that I think that design is rather odd. But This isn't a fashion show as far as I'm concerned. All I care about is that this thing has enough power to push VR in the direction that I want to see it go. So, um, and I think as of right now, I got about $200 put away for my PS5. I'm still not sure. I'm going to move forward and continue to save my money like I have been doing, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to pick this thing up day one because, I got to find out what's on Sony's mind. Um, they they got some of the community riled up, giving an impression that they're going to be looking to send some of the games over to PC. And if they do the same thing with their VR games, there's really going to be no point in me getting a PS5 because that's the biggest reason for me wanting to get a PS5 is because of the VR games. So, one second, just like that, I already need a drink. This is probably going to be a really short podcast because after I get done playing this, I think I'm either gonna jump back on the quest and play some Star Trek Bridge Crew, which I'll talk about that in a second, or I'll either play some Dead and Buried 2. A lot of times I monkey around with that a little bit on the Oculus Quest, but I haven't really played it for any extended amount of time until last night. And I actually won a match, got 19 kills and 3 deaths. So, and the way I was killing them was actually pretty fun. So I'm actually looking forward to diving back in there. So, a game like Dead and Buried 2, they look the same on both the Quest and on the Rift S. You can barely tell them apart. So yes, I'm at work. I get out of work, pull out my phone, see Star Trek, see a stream from Gamertag VR, says Star Trek Bridge Crew, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then it said Quest, first impressions. What? That was, whoa. So I hightailed it home, saw that it was at the Oculus store. It was $30. I figured it was going to be that much because, you're talking about Ubisoft and Oculus. So I figured it was going to be around that much. So I picked it up, and when I tried to get the game fired up, it was a headache because it wouldn't sign in. And it got to the point where, I ended up having to restart it. Ooh, excuse me. I ended up having to restart the Quest for it to work right. But once I got it going, graphics, there is a noticeable downgrade in the graphics. But I think it looks good to be an Oculus Quest, to be a standalone, basically mobile headset. I think it looks pretty good. Especially inside the ship, and the thing that really looked impressive was were your instruments or dashboard or whatever you want to call it. That actually looked pretty good. Sitting inside like there's a room that you sit in. It's sort of a lobby, but more than anything, it looks like a planning room inside the ship, and you got a holographic image of the ship that spins around in a circle, and it actually looks pretty good in there. And gameplay is the same. I think tracking is decent. The tracking on there is definitely better than the PlayStation VR. Although the PlayStation VR still looks better, but you can't really compare that because you're comparing, it's like comparing an undocked Nintendo Switch to a PlayStation Pro, so you can't really make those kind of comparisons. So I think for what it is, I think it looks pretty good. And I'm getting used to the some of the games having downgraded graphics, but they're not as bad. Like when I first got my Oculus Quest, the game that I thought did not look good was Poker Stars. The graphics on Poker Stars the characters on there look like something right out of very first PlayStation. So to me, that kind of set a bad tone of what I thought was going to be coming from the Quest. But I see these games and they look better than what I expect. So Star Trek Bridge Crew for what it is looks pretty good. Arizona Sunshine for what it is looks pretty good. Um, Let me see. Path of the Warrior, that looks pretty good too. I talked about that, and it's a really simple game. It's a new take on a classic type game, a classic Double Dragon type game. Looks good. It plays good. So I'm starting to find myself playing the Quest more and more because of just how convenient it is. Maybe it's me being lazy, but when I go to fire up my PC, I feel like a manager that's coming to open up a building to get ready for work. You come inside, you come there, you unlock the door, deactivate the alarm before the police come, go through there, turn off all the lights, turn on all the machinery, all that kind of stuff so you can get ready. Sometimes I feel like I got to do that when I'm on my PC. Fire up the PC, um, type in my PIN number, close all these windows, um, open up the Oculus app, all that stuff, start the game, get up, put the headset on, all that stuff. So with the Quest, it's just so much simpler. So starting to play that Quest more and more. I didn't think I was gonna get much use out of it, but I've been playing it more and more. So really, really enjoying it. So I think that's all I got, and I think I'm going to, like I said, I'm either going to play Dead and Buried or I'm going to play Star Trek Bridge Crew. The Quest is charging right now. If it's not charged up enough to the point where if it's not charged up, then I might go ahead and play Dead and Buried on the Rift S. And if that's the case, then I might go ahead and stream it. So, same thing with that game. Graphics ain't nothing to write home about, but still a really fun game. So, okay, folks, I think that's going to do it for me. Trying to think. It seemed like there was something else that I wanted to talk about. But, nope. But that's going to do it for me. Thanks for watching. I'm going to boogie on out of here. And I'm sure I'll see y'all again sometime this week. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. You throw these ashy hands up there. Deuces.